Say anything.
Butter.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to episode 3 of the Loop Power Rankings, post-Indigenous Peoples Day pre-playoff preview review, brought to you by 36 Pitch Productions from the NoHo Arts District Studios in Southern California's beautiful San Fernando Valley. I'm Brian Burns.
Merely Matt Vega.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Can you believe it? We've reached the end of the fantasy football regular season. Well, we've got one game left. 3 teams have officially been eliminated. Only one has clinched a playoff spot. Everyone else is set to slug it out for a chance at the dance. This episode, we will also be featuring our newest contributor, Hendrix, the Don't Give Me No Bull, all business man.
Monkey business.
Who will be offering his expertise in picking this week's NFL winners. We've got a lot to go over, so ladies and gentlemen, let's make like Franz Ferdinand.
The band or the Archduke?
Yes, and dive in. Matt.
All right, here we go. We're going to start this off with the eliminated, the folks who got no chance. Number 12, New Braunfels House of Pain with a 3-10 record, manned or womaned by Dani Vega. First and foremost, let's address the elephant in the room, folks, and let me apologize and say Dani will not be the manager of a team next season, although she is my family. She's gone. She's out of here. It was a good thought. Ultimately, it failed. So a few teams will not have the luxury of facing a lame duck team twice next season. And if you manage to be one of the 2 teams she beat, you really need to get your stuff together.
Get it together. Put it in a backpack. I don't care what you do with it. Just get it together.
Get it out of here.
Get it together. Well done.
As well as Dani, we have Dane, Amancher, Monchanty. At 4-9, Dane, Amancher has been eliminated.
Woo!
Number 10, Josh Jacobs, Jeingleheimerschmidt at 5-8.
That's my name too.
Clint, big pop.
Holla, if you hear me. Ladies and gentlemen, show me those puppies.
Has been eliminated.
Oh, God.
All right, so that brings us into the middle rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the battle.
The battle.
Welcome to the arena. Starting with number 9, the pick 6 Sucka. 6 and 7, Barry Hill. The Devil's Mark. While Barry and his 6 and 7 pick 6 Sucka team have not officially been eliminated from playoff contention, he will certainly need the most help. First, he's going to need to beat this week's opponent, me and my team, here for the pizza. I sit at 7 and 6, and that would bring us both to 7 and 7. However, I'm pretty sure I have the point total advantage. Then Barry would need any of Rachael, James, or Oaktown B-holes, David Olsen, to not only lose, but also not score over 100 points or so more than he does this week. Do that math, friends.
Everybody got that?
Yeah, if he's going to win, he's going to need some big performances from surging young quarterback Jordan Love.
All of a sudden.
Christian McCaffrey, the CMC Russian factory, the mastery, full of chance they have to be, and Kenneth Walker III is always wearing his Harvard tie. Like, oh sure, like he went to Harvard. Who is coming back from an injury and currently questionable to go against the stout 49ers defense? That is a thick chocolatey stout, that defense. Yeah. My God. And they're all healthy. While the path to victory will be a tough one, crazier things have happened every week this season. Matthew Vega.
All right, number 8, Touchdowns-a-loto-mous. At number 8, Rachael and her Touchdowns-a-loto-mous team. Rachael has herself in a win-and-you're-in situation, and she closes out the regular season facing off against Chantel's So Good It Hurts team. Rachael already has a leg up this week after Thursday night Steelers versus Patriots game, in which the Patriots exhumed the sarcophagus of Ezekiel Elliot and trotted him out in the starting backfield, where he put up 26 fantasy points, if you can believe it.
Only in America, right? You got the Boston Tea Party, the Liberty Bell, and Ezekiel Elliott's performance last week. What?
So this team appears to be unaffected by the bye week this week, and currently holding a 15-point advantage in projections. She's going to need every one of those points because Touchdowns-a-loto-mous has the second lowest point total on the season, making her the first eliminated in the event of a tiebreaker.
Ooh, nail biter.
More stuff going on.
That's right. Got to pay attention, Connor. Number 7, Oaktown Black Holes, the B-holes, the David Olsen B-holes, the B-Olsens. At number 7 in the 7 and 6 jumble is newcomer David Olsen and his Oaktown Country Road B-holes. take my home team or whatever. David's team has been right in the middle of the pack as far as points for and points wins and loss. Nope. Against Olsen, derp. I don't read these before we read them. Ladies and gentlemen, he's in the middle of the pack as far as points for and points against all season, derp. And that is reflected in his record and standing. He started the season alternating wins and losses every week. Hit 3-game winning streak from week 7 to 9, but has endured a 4-game losing streak since then. He's going to have to figure out a way to get this victory from already eliminated Clint and his 3J, the J3Z team. I personally hope he loses and Rachael wins because
That's me.
That's Matt.
That's me.
Yeah, we don't read these before we read them. But he also writes in the first person sometimes.
Sometimes.
Just to keep it going. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt personally hopes he loses and Rachael wins because having to face a team with Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs. I did it. Jake Ferguson and Gabe Davis in the playoffs doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. Baka baka.
No, it doesn't sound like a lot of fun until you say it. All of a sudden, it sounds like a great time.
Yeah, welcome to the clown show.
Number 6, Bed Bath & Beyond.
Woo!
Next up, I put Nest. Next up, we have James and his Bed Bath & Beyond team, the Killer Bees.
Ooh.
They currently sit in 6th and final playoff spot
Tikal.
after a very strong Tikal is his name. Tikal.
Come on.
After a very strong start to the season, James's team has tumbled in recent weeks and is in danger of missing the playoffs. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing.
We're listening.
Here's the thing. James has not scored less than 100 points in a week except during a week 8 loss. And this week his opponent is new Braunfels House of Pain.
Ooh.
This will be the second time he faces her during the regular season. And James has enjoyed the second lowest points against total in the league with 1,064. Think maybe New Braunfels has something to do with that. Add these things all up and the odds of James missing the postseason seem to dwindle down a bit. And once in the playoffs, players like newly acquired QB CJ Stroud, who seems to have hit his stride, newly unleashed rookie running back John Robinson, rookie star wide receiver Zay Flowers, rookie tight end Dalton Kincaid. Are we seeing a pattern here,
That's
guys?
right.
Could be very well able to propel James into the championship this year.
They're so young. They're so supple.
young.
They're so strong.
So young.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 5, the Hawk Blockers. Mike Mellon, you son of a... 7-6. Well, once again, in typical Mike Mellon fashion, we hit the end of the season, and Mike is positioned well to make a playoff run with his 7-6 Hawk Blockers team, that long-distance archer he is. Mike is coming off 2 losses over the past 2 weeks, but this season, Mike follows up every 2 losses with a victory. So, Dane Omache. Better look out despite having a 13-point lead in the final total projections. Yeah. Mike has maintained top 5 in scoring through the season, but having the league low in points against certainly didn't hurt his cause either. Mike brings a very boom or bust team this week, and this week is no different as he rolls in with Justin Fields starting at QB to start alongside Keenan Allen, who's doing great.
All season.
He is burning up, man.
All season.
Yeah, I mean, too bad for the Chargers.
Later in the season.
Yeah. Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, bless his heart, up there in the frigid New York.
Still
and Saquon, damn it, Barkley. That's a little throwback. Yeah, the young ones won't get that, but you know, the elders will understand. The only certainty with this team is that there is nothing certain with how many points they will or won't put up. Matt.
Hey. Number 4, here for the pizza.
Indeed.
And wouldn't you know it, despite claiming to be just here for the pizza, Brian has positioned himself as the number 4 team heading into the last game of the regular season. Brian chooses to roll with the team he drafted in the beginning of the year, and such a bold strategy has seemed to pay off as he looks like a lock, scroll down a little too far, to win this week's match against Barry's Pick 6 Sucka team. Brian has quietly led the league in scoring with 1,784.5 points so far.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
A lot of good it did me. I'm still at 7-7, trying to claw my way back into legitimacy.
But you're 4th ranked.
Yeah.
He has only managed to lose 6 games due to his opponents putting up their high scores of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
With Jared Goff playing lights out this season, Karen Williams, because it doesn't spell Kyron.
It won't let you do it.
His name's Karen.
Look.
Well, Karen's going to scream at everybody as he runs with the ball, having a breakout season as a top 10 back. Etienne, Amon-Ra, and the positionless Taysom Hill.
Bless his heart, I think he's hurt this week.
He is hurt this week.
Unfortunately, he's hurt.
But up until this point,
Yeah,
dynamo.
he's been doing great. And last week I had him on a bye. He played great. And also, I mean, it's shocking to me. Last week I was in 7th place, and now I'm in 4th.
Yeah, because you can put the quarterback at flex.
That's why this is exciting. This is the most exciting time of the year because this is when things start to happen. You just don't know who's going to make it. Number 3, the superb Owl champions, our very own precious friend, 8-5, Matthew Vega. At number 3, with an 8-5 record, the commish, Matt's superb Owl team, has willed its way to a 3 seed going into the final game. It's been a road rife with peril, injuries at every turn, and just bad roster setting. But at 8-5, there is optimism for a playoff berth. The biggest thing going against this team is the fact that Matt has the lowest scoring output of any team with a winning record.
Nice one, little stat.
But damn it, he's trying. This means he would lose out on the tiebreaker should he end up 8-6 and would be at the mercy of the outcome of the matches between all the aforementioned teams. With Jonathan Taylor Thomas injured, Zach Moss becomes a fantasy RB1 again. A-Chain, is healthy and wrecking havoc again. A.J. Brown and Michael Pittman Jr. provide very high floors. And rookie sensation Sam Laporta
time!
is the number 3 tight end in fantasy football right now.
How about
Confetti!
it, folks? How about it, folks?
This team might be putting up its highest scores in the weeks to come. Matt!
Hey, so good it hurts!
Oh!
Number 2, First Lady of the Loop. She comes to play every year, folks, and this year's no different. She's the number 2 team in the power rankings, also with an 8-5 record. So, while ESPN won't say she has clinched a playoff spot, she owns the points to the tiebreaker and would have to experience an act of gods to keep her out. However, just for good measure, she'll look to take down Rachael Holland and her Touchdowns-a-loto-mous team. Like her husband, Chantel's team scores a lot of points. Rarely missing the 100 mark and routinely putting up over 130. In fact, she's second only to Brian in scoring this season, with breakout tight end Trey McBride on the bye and Dalton Schultz ruled out. She's going to be looking for a replacement tight end this week, but with Jalen Hurts at QB, Justin Jefferson returning from a month-long absence, and Raheem Mostert, just breaking down the age barriers.
That's right.
31 doesn't mean anything.
Running out of the tunnel wrapped in duct tape and bubble wrap.
Just leading the league in rushing touchdowns. Chantel just might save that waiver claim position, take that goose egg for the tight end for this week, and coast into the playoffs.
Go get him, Chantel. We're rooting for you. Number 1, ladies and gentlemen, clinched. Number 1, Texas Hill Country. Woo! 9-4, Sage Anderson. And the number 1 team in our illustrious power rankings at 9-4, the only one to have a playoff spot officially locked up is Sage and her Texas Hill Country tack and feed store team. I'm not suggesting that the two top teams in the league are only the top 2 teams because they got to face New Braunfels twice this season, but I'm also not saying it has nothing to do with that. Or it could be that the O'Toole girls are just that good at fantasy football. Who let them in the league? I think that has something to do with Title IX or something. They can vote now. Jesus.
Suffrage.
That's the word I was. And in turn, we suffer, right? And what did we do? After all, we don't deserve this. But also, either way, they are both going to be a problem in the playoffs. Sage lost last week in an upset to Clint's J3 team last week, but prior to that, hadn't lost since week 6. How many weeks are there in the league, guys? And from week 7 through 10, this team didn't fall below 140 points.
Yeah, a heck of a run.
Do that math. The emergence of players like Sam Howell. Who? What? How? Sam
Baker
Howell?
Mayfield 2.0.
Oh my God. And Noah Brown complement the splash scores by C.D. Lamb, doing a great job, and Josh Downs. But this team has been willed to victory on more than a few occasions by team namesake Tyreek the Streak Hill.
Fastest human alive.
We'll see if the diminutive receiver can continue his dominance into the fantasy postseason and help Sage take the ship to Texas. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to send you to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to come back with Hendrix's no-nonsense, all-businessman pick'ems.
Monkey business.
We'll see you then.
Painter's tape, don't mess it up. Kettlebells, bend with your knees.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and now we have here with us Hendrix The all business man.
Monkey business.
For Hendrix's no business businessman pick'ems. Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, prognosticator extraordinaire
What
Hendrix.
are the parameters here? What are we doing?
Well, we're just going to run through the games this week.
Yeah.
All right. Hendrix is going to give you, just based on the team name alone,
Yeah.
right, what he's feeling inside.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, prognosticator extraordinaire and procrastinator on top of that.
Excellent.
So he's just going to give us his take. You can take these as good as gold. You can just run out there, empty your bank account, put your money on these bets. They're going to hit.
Yeah, take out a mortgage on the house, guys.
Yeah.
These are winners.
We all rent. All right, guys, let's quit clowning around.
That's
Let's
right.
start with the early games. Okay, Hendrix, son.
What?
Hi. How you feeling?
Good.
Okay. All right, so first off, we got the Texans from Houston versus the Jets of New York. Who's winning this one?
As he looks into his crystal football helmet.
Yeah. There's not really much to it.
Texans.
Boom!
Texans.
Houston
Texans
coming home with a win, ladies
All right,
and gentlemen.
next we got the Rams of
Rams.
Los Angeles.
Oh, no, didn't even need to know who they're
Rams
playing.
by a billion.
Came right up,
Happening.
said the Rams.
All right, then we have the Panthers of Carolina versus the Saints of Nolans.
The Panthers.
Wow, attaboy. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
The Colts of Indianapolis.
Oh my
Hold
gosh,
on, hold
didn't
on.
even need
Versus, we gotta wait for both teams. The Bengal Cat Tigers of Cincinnati.
The Colts.
Of
The
course,
Colts.
because he knows it's genetics. He knows he can't vote for the
All right.
Bengals. He knows he can't.
The Falcons of Hotlanta or the Buccaneers, which are Pirates, if you weren't aware. The Buccaneers of Tampa Bay, which is in Florida. Buccaneers versus the Falcons. Tampa Bay versus Atlanta.
I'm gonna say the Buccaneers.
Dun,
The
dun, 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 dun,
Buccaneers
dun,
also-
dun, 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 dun,
The price of corn.
dun.
Jacksonville, Florida's Jaguars versus your Cleveland Browns.
The Browns.
Thank you, son. God,
Yes.
I did not want to have to strangle you on camera. All right. The Lions of Detroit, Michigan versus the Bears of Chicago.
The Bears.
The
The
Bears are
Bears.
taking the Lions
All
down.
that deep dish pizza.
You know
Wow.
what it is? It's because it's a division game. It's a division game. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know, the Bears are gonna go nuts. Justin
That's
Fields
right.
is feeling good.
His little
All right.
rib cage is vibrating.
That's for the first morning games, first
There you
inning
go.
games. Afternoon, we're coming to the West Coast. We got the Seahawks of Seattle versus the San Francisco 49ers.
The Seahawks.
The Seahawks taking out the Niners.
wow.
Another divisional matchup in which the prognosticator extraordinaire picks the underdog.
Wow.
See
How
the
about
trend. All right, here we go. Next, the Vikings of Minnesota wait for it
it?
versus the Raiders of Las Vegas.
You already know what I'm gonna pick.
Who?
The Vikings.
The Vikings. The purple people eaters take it every time. All right, next up, we've got the Denver Broncos versus the Los Angeles Superchargers.
I'm gonna guess the Chargers.
The Chargers taking out the Broncos. That could very easily happen.
That's actually most likely to happen.
I don't know, man. It's the Chargers. Okay, next we got the Buffalo Bills, which your grandmother doesn't know what a bill is, and quite frankly, neither do I, other than something you get in the mail that tells you owe money. So the Buffalo Bills, which are, Buffaloes, versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Easy. That's actually pretty solid.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a
all
solid
right,
pick.
and then not last. For the night game on Sunday, tomorrow night, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Dallas, Texas Cowgirls. Who's it going to be?
The Eagles.
Oh,
The Eagles over the Cowgirls.
really the matchup of the year,
This guy knows what he's talking about.
right? I'm telling you.
All right, and then Monday night, we got a double header. Monday night, which is, I did not see that happening, but we get to enjoy the talents of the Green Bay Packers versus the New York Football Giants.
The Giants.
The Giants!
How
take out
about
the
it?
Packers.
Wow!
All right, you heard it here.
It's as if it's already happened, folks. This
All
is
right.
exhilarating.
And let's wrap it up. We've got the Titans of Tennessee versus the Dolphins of Miami.
The Titans.
Titans are going to take him. Okay.
Well, how about
Tua, look out.
huge upsets in this upcoming week, the last week of the Loop Power Rankings, Loop 2023 post. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us in week 3, the Loop 2023 Post-Indigenous Peoples Day pre-playoff preview review here in the NoHo Arts District Studios in Southern California's beautiful San Fernando Valley. I'm Brian Burns.
Merely Matt Vega.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a very special thanks to our first new guest, or our first time new guest, Hendrix Prognosticator Extraordinaire, the no funny business, all business man.
Monkey business.
Hoa! In the meantime, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other. We will see you next time.
Hey.